Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Tea Time with the Bible. My name is Piladi, but commonly known as Miss P. Thank you all to my subscribers, returning subscribers. Please continue to like, share, comment, and yeah, let's engage. And don't forget to hit that notification button. So today we'll actually be diving into a topic that I've been speaking to my sister about actually for the past few days. I'm sure she is tired of hearing this topic from me. But yeah, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And that would be, the type of friends one can have, type of, relationships a person could have. In that sense, being, sometimes the type of friends that you have could be the reason why you're not successful. Sometimes the type of partner you pick to be with could be the reason why you're not being successful. And before we even get anywhere, by success, I am not only speaking about money. No. In terms, success could be in terms of, success and health. Yeah. It could be by means of maybe happiness, your peace of mind. So whenever you hear me say success, please do not only think about money, but also think about peace of mind, think about your happiness and those kind of things. And me diving into this actually brings me to the scripture and the verse of today. So we'll be looking at the book of Proverbs 12 verse 26, and it reads as follows: the righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. So that's in the book of Proverbs 12 verse 26. So the righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. So me reading this, actually, I can think of so many times where I thought the people around me were my friends, and also in terms of partner wise, I can think of some examples from my experience where I felt that, it was just not for me. So an example of the type of friends that I have encountered. So back in high school, when you're new in grade 8 and you trying to make new friends. So what happened was I got myself in a situation where fine, I met this girl and we started becoming friends. Mind you, I go to Sunday school, or I used to go to Sunday school every Sunday. So whenever I got to school, I'll be so excited to speak to her about what was happening at Sunday school and things like that. And she was never interested in those things. She would want us to bunk class and, just have a good time. And for me, it didn't sit well with me, at all. So then that's when I realized that no, this is not what I want. Not saying that there was anything wrong with what she was doing. I mean, that's what she wants. So I decided to distance myself, because my success, which is my peace, my happiness at that time, was being compromised, So that's when I decided, no, let me just walk away from this friendship, because no, I am not getting in trouble because of someone else. I've also encountered such things even in my varsity years, where I would be associated in groups now and I felt so uncomfortable, and I would just leave. I'll just walk away and be like, okay, this is not for me, this is not what I value, it's not my morals, things like that. So yeah, sometimes you just have to be so careful with the people you bring into your life as friends, and also in terms of in a relationship, your partner, sometimes you feel so overwhelmed by having that person around and you constantly try to understand what is going on. So you should also be careful of such. I think the best thing a person could do for themselves is pray before entering a relationship. pray about it. Ask God, is this the person for me? Or if you haven't met a person yet, pray and ask God for the type of partner you want. Even with friendships, pray about them. Ask God to guide you in terms of, is this a good friendship for me? So that's what I wanted to speak to you guys about. And in terms of referencing the Bible, there are actually good examples in the Bible regarding the types of friends that we could actually have, and also the types of relationships. For example, when we look at the book of Mark 2 verses 2 to 11, we are told about the story of the four friends, but yeah, the four friends that wanted to help out one of their other friends because they couldn't walk and they needed healing. So when they got to where Jesus was preaching, there was a large crowd and they couldn't get through, and with their faithful act, or their kind and humble act, they actually went on the roof. They went on the roof and lowered their friend down to where Jesus was preaching so that Jesus could, help their friend. And that is a true example of what friendship is supposed to be about. So sometimes you should ask yourself that, would your friend do that for you? Would your friend act out of self-love, or selfless act, and actually do that for you? Because another story that I actually want to focus on while we're still on the topic of friendships and relationships is the story of Ruth Mai. So in the book of Ruth, we see Ruth's husband passing away, and her mother-in-law Naomi actually gives her an option, gives Ruth and Oprah an option of going back to their hometown. But because of Ruth's love and her kindness, she decided to stay with her mother-in-law and go back to her mother-in-law's hometown with her. And that for me says a lot about the type of partner Ruth was to even the husband. I mean, if she could be like that with her mother-in-law, you can only imagine how she was with her husband. And I want to focus on the book of Ruth 1 verse 16, where she says that, where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. That is an amazing way of showing love. That is an amazing way of showing that she cares about her mother-in-law. She literally says that, where you go, I'll go, and your God will be my God. That is the best form of love that one can actually show. And with all these different stories in the Bible, and from my experience personally, I could say that you honestly need to be careful of the people you call your friends. You honestly need to be careful of the relationships around you, because not everything is as it seems. So pray about everything. And when I mean everything, pray about everything. I literally pray about everything. I would literally pray about stepping out of the house, because I mean, you never know, you never know what you come across. But moral of the story is, sometimes the people around you, sometimes your relationships, your friendships could be the reason why you're not being successful. And as I said again, and I'm saying it again, success in terms of, yes, it can be money, but also in terms of health, in terms of peace of mind, in terms of happiness. That is the moral of the story. Just be careful of the people around you, and just be mindful, be very mindful of what is going on around you. So I'm leaving you guys with that today. Think about it and let's engage, guys. Go to my comments and talk about your experiences and how you actually feel about this. Maybe you have different stories from the Bible that speaks about friendships and relationships and partners, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I am leaving you guys here today. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and let's engage. Thank you. Bye.